Holy cow, Vac! I am so excited about this show. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, we've had some great guests here, and I love every single one of them. But this guy has always been like he's been like Elvis to me when it comes to stand-up comedy. Yeah.
Well, we both talked about who were some of the best comics we've ever seen or worked with.
Yeah.
And it's always Brian Regan's name
Brian Regan is
there.
Is at the top of the list. I had the pleasure of working with him a couple of times and hang out with him a couple of times. And when you know who arranged this whole thing, who got this thing going, was good old Ralphie boy. Rolling. Yeah. So big thanks to him.
Thank you, Ralphie.
Thank you, Ralphie. And once I found out that Brian was willing to do it, I was very excited. So hey, man, let's just get him in here and get this.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, so many comedy specials on Netflix, HBO, Comedy Central. He had a great. I don't know. Do you see the TV show Loudermilk on Prime?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's freaking great. Brian is hilarious in it. It's a great show. Check it out. So funny. Easily one of my favorite comedians.
No doubt.
And Vac, you too. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brian Regan.
Hey, guys. How are you, man?
Hey, Brian.
So good to see you, man. Thank you so much for doing this. This is amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're somebody, Vac. Holy cow.
Yeah, I know. Look at that.
Man, when I was asked to do this, I remembered both you guys, and I was like, yeah, why not? Let's have some fun.
Heck yeah,
Let's
man.
do it. That's what it's all about, is having fun.
Yeah. And we're all three of us, we really love comedy. Stand-up comedy is life. And it's a comedy podcast. Let's do it.
Right.
Yeah, normally, I mean, I can go first, or Brian, I think you mentioned that you might actually have something that you want to work on.
I have a whole slew of things that need fixing.
Oh,
this is how I get my entire act. I go around from podcast to podcast, and I have good comedians like yourselves help me with very flimsy premises.
Right.
Put it all together, and it seems to work out well for me.
All right,
you're doing great. Glad to help.
Yeah. All right, here can I throw an idea out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. When you watch the news, oftentimes on the local news, there'll be some event that happens, and sometimes it's like a memorable thing or a serious thing, or sometimes it's they're celebrating somebody, and all these people release these lighted candles into the sky, and they don't mention that seems awfully dangerous.
Yes.
The news story ends with 500 candles going off into the wind, and then they go, oh, wow, what a beautiful story. Their story is over, but they don't mention when you come back on the 11 o'clock news, we're going to have a lot of stories about some forest fires around town.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I never even thought about that, but that's 100% correct. Yeah, they're putting fire in the air. Yeah.
And it's not denounced. They don't go back to the newsroom and go, gee, I don't know if that's a good idea that they did that. I understand the sentiment, but they're putting a lot of people at risk because of their little moment here.
Right.
So I don't know, like if there are like other things like that where, it looks good on the surface, but you just dig a little bit and it's like, well, that, when you think about it, that wasn't good at all,
Right. Yeah.
I love the idea of, the 6 o'clock news shows you the beauty of it, and the 11 o'clock news shows you the utter disaster of that same event.
Yeah.
It like, stay tuned, they do the story in the 6 o'clock news. Stay tuned at 11 for a follow-up on the candle floating. There's got to be some name for that. The candle floating, spiritual forest fire, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I love that idea when you said you said the 6 o'clock news shows the beauty of it, and then the 11 o'clock news shows you the disaster. So what I'm wondering is, can you do the 11 o'clock news version of it and just go, the forest fires, a house burned down, a school caught on fire? Or can it just be, like you said, other events like that, where the 6 o'clock news shows you one part of the story, and then the 11 o'clock news shows you the follow-up, like what happened after?
Yeah, in a way, the people putting the lighted candles in the sky, they're doing this on their own, and the news team is just capturing it.
Right.
You could go one step further and, maybe the reporter's suggesting, hey, if you really believe in this cause, why don't you light some candles and put them up in the air? They're almost creating their own 11 o'clock news. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're in a small town where not a whole lot happens, and they wouldn't mind. They're being a little sinister, and they're kind of suggesting to these people, in other towns, when they pay an homage to so-and-so, they send lighted candles, and people go, oh, wow, that's a good idea. So they do it, and they go, we'll see you guys at 11 o'clock with some exciting news,
Can't tell you what it is now, but I got a funny feeling.
Yeah, we don't know yet. We don't know what it's going to be yet.
It could be anything.
This kind of just occurred to me. It could be anything. Yeah. This just kind of occurred to me after the forest fire that occurs due to the flames that went off into the night. Once, however long it lasts, sometimes they seem to be lasting longer and longer. But once they finally get the forest fire out, they celebrate by sending.
Oh, that's great.
They send more into the air. We finally got it out. And this, whatever that tradition or whatever it's called is called. I mean, I think to find out the name of that would be funny. They're going to have another, I don't know.
That's funny. Like the ultimate irony that they finally put out this, 473 acre fire.
It lasted for 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks of, hard effort and what better way to celebrate than some lit candles into the air.
So it's got to be the same reporter who suggests it.
Yeah, he doesn't realize.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what you guys should do to celebrate? Light some candles.
Yeah, light some candles.
Good idea.
Yeah, you got to show people how happy you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I like those, man.
Forget fireworks. This is nice and easy. Yeah.
Literal fireworks.
What if you get what if, I don't know if this is too much, but you mentioned the reporter suggesting, hey, you should light candles and float them. Yep. So it's obvious a slow news week, so maybe that was the meeting. Somebody, you got to get a story. The editor, whoever's in charge of the station, you got to get a story. So this guy goes out and tells them to do this. They do it.
And just to jump on that, not only does he tell them to do it, he's got the candles in his own news van and the letters, you know what I mean? He's bringing the story. He's bringing the 6 o'clock story, and he's creating the 11 o'clock story.
Right. Hey, I got my trunk. Grab my trunk real quick.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but
yeah.
So that's hysterical. So he does the 6 o'clock story. The candles get lit. The cameraman wants to go home. He said, no, Jimmy, stick around. We'll get another story coming. Yeah. Come on, man. My wife is waiting. Stick around. You'll trust me. You'll appreciate it.
Trust me, we're gonna get some overtime in.
Yeah, we're gonna
get some overtime.
Yeah.
And they can always, this is the team that always catches this. They're the first ones on the story.
They're on the scene.
Yeah. It's that fireman who starts fires so he can get overtime kind of story,
Yeah.
Yeah. These are it's the newscaster version of the firefighter who sets his own fires.
Yeah.
He's creating his own stories.
Yeah.
That's hysterical. So, what if he starts winning awards for his journalism.
Yeah. Being on the
And then when he wins his award, he celebrates by sending some lit candles.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you know how they celebrated? They sent candles.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's a great angle with the newscaster starting all this
Yeah.
and
All
prepping
right, cool.
for the 11 o'clock news.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it.
I like that. Yeah.
All right, I got another one.
Yeah, hit it, man.
Or are we supposed to be going taking turns?
Well, normally what we do is like baseball. The first bat goes to the guest. Isn't that how it works in baseball? The first bat goes to the guest.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go along with it, Brian.
The home team goes first. Gotcha. All right. Well, then we'll whip around.
No.
Huh?
Go ahead, Brian. Yeah.
All right. This is a true thing. When I was a kid, my mom took me to a place called Safety Town. It was in a mall or adjacent to a mall. They set up these little streets and things like that, and they had bicycles and little toy cars. And the idea was to teach little kids about road safety. I don't know why we needed to learn this at age 6. None of us are driving vehicles, but they had like stop signs, and they had like little toy grocery stores and little toy police departments. And, my mom dropped me off. She went into the mall, did her thing, and a bunch of kids. So I grabbed a little toy car, and I'm just driving around on the streets having a ball, and I got pulled over by another kid. Like they had kids who were like 2 years older. They got to be the cops.
Uh-huh.
And I got pulled over for not stopping at a stop sign. I didn't even know what a stop sign was. I'm like, what? I'm just a little kid riding around in a toy car you let me get in, and I'm being reprimanded.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know that I don't have it flushed out, obviously, but the idea is, first of all, we don't need to know the traffic rules. It's the adults that are going to be driving us around. I mean, we do know how to be pedestrians and stuff like that. But another kid like reprimanding me, it went from being fun to like I was mortified. I had to tell my mom I got a ticket.
Yeah.
You let me off with a warning, Mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pulled you over for doing 7 and a 5.
Doing 7 and a 5, right? Yeah. My mind
7 and a 5.
My mind went immediately to police brutality. That's what I went. Like,
yeah.
That was it. Like the kid pulls you out of the car and
Get out of the car.
Yeah.
Is this being recorded?
Yeah. Yeah. There's other guys. Yeah.
There's so many videos online now of people who get pulled over by cops and record the encounter.
Yes.
And so many times I go, you should not have recorded that encounter and then put it online.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're so wrong,
Right.
know. But of course, when we were 6, we didn't have that. So I don't know, would that lose any, we didn't have cameras on our phones and recording everything. Maybe would you think about paraphrasing one of those things? Like, excuse me, officer, I don't have to show you my license. I don't have a license.
I don't have a license to show you.
What are you asking me for insurance for? I'm insurance. I'm 6. Step out of the vehicle, please, sir. Step out of the vehicle. Step out of it. It's okay. The whole thing is just, to me, that's where I went to, Vinny. I think just, I don't know if the word is not paraphrasing, but reenacting one of those actual cop polls with a person recording.
You may or may not be familiar with the whole sovereign citizen thing. There's people out there who claim to be sovereign citizens. They film themselves. The police also film them when they get pulled over. They have this theory that they're outside of the rules of the state because they're sovereign citizens, and they have all these terms like they say I'm not driving, I'm traveling. They have these tricks that they think are going to get them out of this ticket. It never works, so they're fun to watch. But maybe a 5-year-old version of a sovereign citizen. I got a 7-year-old pulling me over, and I'm going, I'm not driving, I'm traveling, and he doesn't even know what I'm talking. Neither of us knows what we're talking about.
Okay, so I don't know if this is along the lines of what you're thinking, Brian, but like sovereign citizen, if you're 5 or 6, you go, you can't bother me. I'm on base.
I'm on base.
I'm safe. This,
Yeah.
when you were a kid, you had base. Oh, you can't tag me. I'm on base. I'm safe.
Right.
Maybe you can't. What are you pulling me over? I'm on base. I'm safe.
It is always a thing too. What do you mean? You pulled me over? Am I it?
Oh, there you go. Yeah. There you go.
Am I it?
You know what I thought of? The first time you go there, you get pulled over because you were going 7 and a 5. So, like you said, the next time you go there, you get or next time you go there, you get pulled over because there's a tail light out. Next time you go over there, you get pulled over. They want your driver's license. I don't have a driver's license. Now you're in court. They take you to court. This little safety thing. They got court. I don't know. Is that getting too crazy with it?
No, I mean, the premise is that it's kind of crazy to begin with,
Right.
So why not exaggerate it and have a little building that says court on it, and a 5-year-old getting dragged into court, he doesn't know what's going on, and then dragged off to jail, and then mom comes back. Well, that could be the thing. Like this whole progression happens, and mom comes back with her shopping bag and has to bail her 5-year-old out of jail.
Right, bail her out of jail. Yeah.
So you're 6. The cop is 8. So maybe the judge is like, he's 12.
12. Yeah.
This kid's 4 years away from shaving. I mean, he knows what's going on. He's
right. Yeah.
And none of us are qualified. None of us are qualified to be doing any of this.
Yeah.
Right.
That's great.
When people get pulled over, they'll try to make excuses. Like they don't deny speeding. Some people, they go, I was speeding because whatever the excuse is. I got to get my kid from school. Please, officer, I know I was speeding, but to school, I'm going to be late. I got to pick up my son. He's only 5, whatever. What would a 5-year-old excuse be for speeding?
Toys.
That's good.
Toys,
Yeah.
Toys.
Officer, you don't see the toys over there?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to stop?
Yeah.
I was only 7. I was only doing 7.
I'm trying to get
those toys.
I'm trying to get that toy. I call that toy. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate the help on this one.
I like that. I
think it's a good idea.
There's definitely something there, Brian. Definitely something there. Yeah.
Let's do one of your boys.
Okay, I have an idea. It's just something that's been knocking around my head, Brian. It's
if it's Safety Town.
I just thought of it.
Gotta watch Vinnie.
It's I haven't even really sat down and just like said, okay, now I'm gonna try to figure this bit out, but it's about, I'm this year I'm going to be married for 15 years, and I have friends who are single and who are newly single who call me, not all the time, but every once in a while they call me, and all they want to do is tell me about their sexual conquests. Like we're in high school. It's amazing. Okay, I'm in my 50s, and he's like going, "Oh, dude, I saw her at the bar, and she was so hot, and and I brought her a drink, and I made sure she caught me looking at her body. That's how I let her know that she was interested in me, and then she said, hey, well, why don't you come back to my place? That's how I knew it was on. It's this whole big thing that he's telling me, and I'm just like, dude, I got kids, I got stuff to do. What do you like? What does he want me to do? High five him? Like, oh, you got laid? Great. So what I was thinking of is I kind of want to torture these guys with how it happens at my house. like for a guy who's been married 15 years, we get into bed and I put my hand on her hip that lets her know I'm interested, and then she rolls over and begrudgingly says, all right, I'll go take a shower. And oh, that's how I knew it was on. And I just want to make this big long story that goes on and on about how just torture these guys with the same type of thing they torture me with. Like, is anything funny there? Is there?
Yeah. I think maybe hinting at when you get into bed with your wife that you're going in that direction, but never go in that direction, but make it sound like it is. And it's all like, we get in bed and, I reach over and grab the remote and put on, I just very gently hit the on button and, ESPN comes on. I can't quite hear it. So I want to turn it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And, so everything is just about what your evening is that has nothing to do with what this guy's talking about.
Oh, that's a possibility. Yeah.
But I don't know. That's just what popped into my head.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Do you have kids?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.
Maybe when he's telling you all this, it's on the phone and you have to interrupt them and go, hey man, I want to hear the rest of this, but I'm in the middle of reading Winnie the Pooh to my kids.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, this is completely inappropriate at the moment.
Right. It's just so amazing to me that they think that well, first of all, got the time to just sit there and listen to it, but number 2, I have any interest. Like,
right.
Yeah, high five, dude. All right, man. Yeah,
yeah.
Woo, yeah. Like we're not in middle school, man. But this is how they approach it with me. Like, yeah, dude, she was wearing a garter belt. I'm like,
it's a turn off. I'm having to listen to it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this is you're feeling it. This was your experience.
Yeah.
It's not my. I mean, this is the guy's telling you the story.
Right.
I understand that this was a big thing for you. That for you, this is a 10 out of 10. For me, this is a 0 out of 10.
Yeah.
I have zero interest in this. There's nothing to do with me or my life.
Yeah. But it's just amazing to me. These guys that are my age. And they're still like, yeah, dude, you won't believe it, man. I'm like, okay.
I tend to think in terms of analogies sometimes.
Yeah.
And, it'd be like somebody describing, a roller coaster they rode on. It's like, you can't.
Yeah.
You describing it is not like being on the roller coaster, I get in, they put the bar on me, and we're going click, 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 and then all of a sudden we're at the top, and then we're going down, and I'm going, whoa! It's like, still,
I'm reading.
Gotta be on it. You got to be on it to enjoy it.
Yeah. Either, dude. Yeah. Yeah. So you guys think there's something there?
Yeah.
I like these suggestions. Roller coaster. Yeah.
Well, I just heard like a magic marker go over roller coaster, like you scratched it out.
No, I underlined it. And it's a ballpoint.
Okay. You're doing roller coaster, and then you went.
I'm drawing tracks. Roller coaster. Well, that's all I got right there. That's all I have. That's all I'm.
Are there any bits that you're currently doing in your act that maybe
Mm.
you could use a line for, or
I
All,
got a few for
all of
sure.
all of
There's a few things that I feel like even some bits that Vin and I worked on here, uh, they're not popping the way I thought they would pop, or uh, yeah. So there are things that I've tried, particularly from this podcast, that just they're not quite hitting the way I would like.
it's
I know
So,
the feeling. I feel so bad. Like if I'm working with somebody, right? And I see something that they're doing and I offer a thought on a tag or something like that.
mhm.
And then they do it the next night and it gets nothing. I feel so guilty. Like I'm off on the side, like, ugh, he's probably doing that because I suggested it. And he probably, maybe it's not in his bones, so that's one thing that I find fascinating about comedy is that there's no 100% way of knowing if something's going to work or not. You can have a feeling, you can have a gut feeling, you can go, that's pretty funny. I think it's going to work, but you don't know. You don't know till you get out there and do it in front of people. And,
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's amazing how, sometimes the part of the joke that you didn't think would get a laugh gets a laugh, and the part you
Mhm.
thought that would doesn't. And it's like a constant learning curve on this comedy thing.
when you're
Yeah.
when you're oh go ahead back.
No, I was going to say we worked on a bit of mine a while ago. I don't know if you remember this, Vinny. My ex-wife has we got divorced, but I thought, but I was a good husband. My ex-wife has oh my God, it's why is it escaping me? She gets dizzy when she would fall over. Vertigo.
Vertigo.
So my ex-wife has vertigo, and I was always supportive of her. When she got dizzy, I would always hold her. But the bit we came up with was I organized a 5K run to raise money for vertigo research. And I said, that sounds great. The only problem was none of the runners could finish the race. They all had vertigo. So they would just drop and fall. And maybe I thought that was hysterical, that I would show the guy running and then falling. I thought it would just hit more, or maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe it is hitting and I'm just being too critical of myself.
Yeah, or maybe people are like, "Ooh, oh, that's not."
Yeah,
No,
there's a sensitivity thing out there where people are hesitant to sometimes laugh at something that they might think is funny
mm-hmm.
because it's about a condition.
Right.
They're a little hesitant to
Mm-hmm.
to laugh. I remember watching Don Rickles. I mean, everybody knows Don Rickles is the insult comedian, goes after everybody.
Yeah.
And I remember him going on the Tonight Show, but with Jay Leno. Like he was getting older, crowds were changing how they felt about things, and he comes
Mm-hmm.
out and he's sitting on the panel next to Jay Leno, and he's doing his thing. It's insulting different nationalities and people, and the audience is going, ooh, ooh, like instead of laughing,
Yeah.
they're like, what do you want us to do with this? And I remember it. I remember Don Rickles looked like he was being a little thrown by it. He's like, yeah, what's with these people? Like he's trying to
Yeah.
play it off.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
remember noting in my mind as a comedian, things are transitioning in this world, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when people would laugh more freely, now they look around and go, I don't
Yeah.
know, is this cool?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that joke could be something like that, where
I wonder.
where people might go, well, people with vertigo, maybe that, I don't know, I like the idea of the joke. It's funny, but it might be that people are hesitant to really give it up.
I wonder. I never thought about that. Huh. Yeah, maybe because it's a condition. I try to write about myself, and things that I've experienced, like your thing with Safety Town. This was a true thing. I mean, I made up the part about the charity run, but my ex-wife has vertigo, and
Right.
occasionally she would get, and I would have to grab her. And So I just thought, is that a joke? Is there something in that? But I never thought about it being a condition that people might find
Hard to
hard to laugh at.
Yeah.
I had stuff in my act that was, to me, just funny, not realizing that it might have been insensitive to others. I had a joke about where the punchline was, and he was an epileptic.
Uh,
That was the punchline. I don't remember what the joke was. And, I don't have that in my family. To me, it was just silly and goofy and funny. And then a guy came up to me after a show and said, I really liked your show. By the way, I'm epileptic. And just looked at me and didn't say anything other than that. And I just remember realizing he experienced that joke differently than other people in the audience did. And as a result of that, I just said, dropping this. I just felt like I didn't want to, I don't want anybody in my audience to walk out going, that kind of hurt,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I experienced that one time too. I used to, like we all used to do jokes about Starbucks. I used to do a whole bit about Starbucks, and one of the bits was, you ever see them working in there? They always got the little computers out and they're so busy. You know what I hope they're working on? I hope they're working on the final draft of their suicide note. That's what I hope they're working on. And it always got a big laugh. But one night after a show in Nashville, I went back to my room and I got an email message. I don't know how this woman found me, but she wrote this big long thing about how funny she thought I was, and blah blah blah. I think you're a great comedian, blah 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 blah. But that suicide thing has to go. She goes, I've experienced suicide in my life, and blah blah blah, people in my family, and blah 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 blah. And I was like, I was torn up by it. I was like, I didn't. This woman came to a comedy club, and like you said, Brian, I made her feel like crap.
Not intending to,
not intentionally, not.
Yeah. I'm understanding that, that feeling of like getting information like that makes you go, well, gee, that's not my goal.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
I remember I had this whole thing about, I'd be on stage going, I hate people who wear red shirts. And then after the show, this guy comes up to me. He's got a red shirt on, and he didn't even have to say anything. He just pointed at it, and I knew that
had
joke had to go. That joke had to go.
Yeah. I hate people. It's a 5-minute.
How much? I mean, that's unbelievable. How much leeway do you give someone from the audience, to get you to a point where you're going to take a joke out? Like, I can maybe understand the suicide thing, Vinny. Like, that would hit me hard. But like the red shirt is like, dude, really? Like,
well, I'm joking about that. I was being absurd. That's a great question, because I also believe that people should say what they want to say, so it is it's a tightrope, It depends on what like my goal on stage is I want the people in the audience to have a good time, and if I find out that somebody out there isn't having a good time, I realize, well, that hurts my goal. I take it out because it's not fitting with my goal. Right. But there are jokes that have a point of view involved that people might not agree with, and I'm not saying everybody should take everything out of their act. That's not my message at all. There are times when you need to stick to your guns, and it's like, well, this is what I'm trying to convey. This is what I'm trying to say. If you don't get it, sorry, Yeah. So it's a case by case basis.
I have friends. I have comic friends, and I know the same guys that I do that would do this, Vac. We've had a couple on the show who would answer that email with nothing but screw you, bitch. Who are you to blah, blah, blah. And, and what are you talking, if you don't like it, but I know guys like that. Maybe not ones that we had on the show, but we both know comics like that. Be like, hey, what are you talking about? Get out of here. Screw you. But see, I just said, thank you so much for bringing that up, blah, blah, blah. And I stopped doing the joke because the next time I did it, I couldn't help but think about that woman. Yeah. Couldn't help but think about it. I mean, as much as funny as I thought that line was, the next time I did it, I couldn't help but think about her, and how she was so upset. She went home and she somehow found me. I guess she'd contacted me through my website, but whatever, and wrote a note. Yeah.
I'm glad she didn't find you by tapping on your bedroom window.
Hey,
you open the curtain. Yeah. Hey, that bit?
Yeah. Well, that's a whole other level. That's a whole other level of.
And she's in the wrong.
Yeah, and now she's in the wrong, right? So I'm gonna she's wrong. I'm gonna keep doing the bit. Yeah. You have anything else, Vac, or? There's a thing I used to do about my kids that I can't remember. I'm like racking my brain. Like there's this one little thing that I used to do that I could never make work. And I got you both here, and I can't remember the bit. I can't remember the bit that used to be giving me so.
Brian said something about anything we've been working on that isn't quite hitting. Yeah. Would you mind if I mention one other thing that we've worked on that I can't quite get?
Yeah.
Okay. So Brian, my ex-wife, it might be the smartest person I've ever met. Just super high IQ. Her whole family was like crazy smart, but they're all hillbillies. She's from Tennessee. They're all hillbillies. And you were mentioning how you like analogies. I like the same thing. And Vinnie and I worked on this once, and I can never quite get it. But you'd be when I first met her extended family, cousins and some aunts and uncles, they were very leery of me because I'm from New York, and they're from Tennessee and Oklahoma and all that. But it was going great. But we'd be having a conversation about the best way to make grain alcohol, and they made phenomenal grain alcohol, and they got technical about it, like they were coming up with some cure for a disease. I mean, the time that they put into it was unreal, and it was at an extremely high level of thought, and I just don't know how to. I think there's something there about these super, super brilliant hillbillies. And I can't quite put my finger on it. It's just the economy, because I mean they're literally talking like this. You know what I mean?
But it's like building rocket engines or something.
and yeah, man. And they're talking about the way you got to get the exact temperature for the exact right amount of time. Now you taste it. You tell me what you think. Yeah. And literally, I went, damn, that's like really good. Now I just that's an oak barrel right there, but I put just the right amount of honey at 42% humidity for 27.5 hours. Now, not 27 hours, not 28 hours. And I mean, they had, my wife told me, they had like a system for this. But then the next conversation we're having is about squirrel hunting.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, it was just this weird, I don't know if it's vibe or situation I was in with these. I know people smarter than me, gotta be. They're not a dope in the group. But they just went on and talked like this. Now, you're from New York City? I mean, they really said it like that.
Well, the reason I'm laughing at what you're doing there is because it's counterintuitive. I mean, like the stereotype is somebody talking like that. Maybe they're not so smart, but the words that are coming out of the mouth are very smart. Like they
Right.
say the temperature and all the different things that go into it. It's like how they speak has nothing to do with their intelligence, and that's what I'm laughing at, is because you're not punching down. You're not
Right.
punching down, you're not making fun of them because of how they talk. The joke is coming from a perspective of you're becoming enlightened, that people who talk like that aren't dumb. They just talk like
Right. Exactly.
quite intelligent, just as intelligent as everybody else, and so that's what I enjoyed about that. I don't know if
I don't know.
yeah, I know sometimes in life, if you hang around people, you end up talking like that. I don't know if there's something about you, you're picking up on the accent just from listening to them, and now you have to fight not sounding like them.
Right.
And they go, "What's it like in New York?" Well, I'll tell you. And then, where that come from? You know what I mean?
You know, that's true, because my wife, I mean, she didn't have quite the twang that her relatives had, because she really grew up in Vegas, but when she would get mad at me, it came out. I noticed. So I heard it a lot. You damn Yankees. And I'm like, you don't talk like that, because she would normally talk with like a little bit of an accent. Like you could tell, well, she's Southern, but not real deep Southern, but she's Southern. But man, when she got mad, woo wee.
Funny.
Yeah.
Because when I moved to New York, I'm from Florida.
Right.
Moved to New York. I lived in New York for about 8 years. And I found, after I lived there, or while I was living there, if I got angry, a New York guy, a New York me would come out.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Because you have to learn how to be assertive in New York City.
Yeah.
So, if I would just sound like me until somebody steps in front of me in line. I go, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Where'd that come from?" You know what I mean? So, maybe like you inadvertently start talking like them, but very intelligently about New York.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you're from New York? Yeah, I'm from New York City. I was born in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And then when I was about 3, my parents we moved out to the island there, and that's kind of where I grew up, and went to school there. Maybe that's it. Because you do start talking like them, Brian, and Vinny, because I know for a fact that I would pick up some of her little sayings. You're dumber than a bag of rocks with a skunk tail wrapped around it. I'm like, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
But I would say things. I started saying things like that. And then she picked up a little bit of some of my mannerisms. And I don't know if this is similar, but when we were married, if I was going to go back to New York to work, she would always warn me, don't start getting New Yorkie on me. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, whenever you go back, it happens. I'm like, no, it doesn't. She goes, all right, whatever. So she's like, do me a favor, just call me when you land so I know you landed safely. And I swear to you that plane lands, get on the phone, and she answers. I go, I'm here. And she goes, God damn it, it happened. I go, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
You're right. Like she was right that it all just came back. I hadn't even, the plane wasn't even at the gate yet. And I was already, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Fine, everything's good. What are you complaining? So that's
fun.
what angle I don't think that we looked at, Vinny, was maybe I started talking like them, which is true.
It's a great angle. And I don't know if we talked about this before or not, but and Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, but you hear that Southern drawl and you immediately go to a place of, oh, they're not that intelligent because of the way they talk. But don't you also do this exact same thing when you hear this guy talk? Hey, you want to go see a Yankee game? Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, you, hey.
Of course.
Don't you do the exact thing? This guy's an idiot, Yeah. So
Are you mocking me, Vinny?
Little bit.
So, I think if a possible angle would be, you do the thing where they're talking about the still and everything, and they're very intelligent about everything they're saying. and then it could be like a quick setup after that where they go, then they ask me about me, and I
Oh, into it.
yeah, I inadvertently started picking up on their accent. I didn't even realize it. And then you could go, well, grew up in the Bronx, and and then you gradually realize, what the hell am I doing here?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Maybe the keyword or something, or the phrase or something like, you don't realize how addicting it is, when you're around that. I'm surrounded by these people and they're talking about moonshine. And then suddenly it gets to me and like, what about you, Greg? Well, I'm from the Bronx. And
From the Bronx, originally.
Yeah.
Was about 3. We moved out.
And I tell you what, this moonshine is better than a blah, blah, blah country saying, whatever, better than a little red wagon going. But
because of the Southern thing, you could say, South Bronx, out down in the South.
Yeah, South Bronx. South Bronx. Okay. I really, that could be the way. I think I like act out type stuff, and maybe that's just it. I just, after hanging around them so long, I started talking like them. A little bit of that moonshine got to me.
Yeah.
And I also like the fact that you're not making fun of them. You're putting them on a pedestal. You're like, these guys are just as smart as, and that makes it okay to laugh at that. It's like, what they're saying isn't stupid.
Yeah.
No.
Everything they're saying is right on the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I do a bit in my act about how I love Southern people because they're so damn polite and nice. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them, that's just not the case. And I prefer people to be nice, So it's just a very simple thing. When a Southerner asks you how you're doing, they really want to know. Like, they're actually curious how you're doing. Yeah. And where I'm from in New York, we never care how you're doing.
Right.
That's I don't want to, but I'll just say when a Southerner asks you how you doing, they want to know. So how y'all doing? How's your mom and them? Oh, good. Send them a love, and they really care and they want to know. But being from New York, we never care how you're doing. We'll ask and answer the question for you in one sentence. Hey Jimmy, how you doing? Good, fantastic. And you walk away. Like, you don't even care. You just answered for them. But I love the fact that Southerners are nice, and I don't want to make fun. That's not what I'm doing.
Right.
But
there's a lot of funny things in there. There's the, when Southern people ask, and when you're given the answer, and you go, they're actually listening to me. Like.
What's this? I don't understand this.
Yeah, like they're actually listening, and I love the one-word answer in New York. If somebody asks you how you doing in New York, you better hit them with a one-word answer, or there's going to be pushback.
Yeah,
they're going to be pushback because they don't really care.
Yeah,
it'll take all day.
How you doing? Good. Yeah. In fact, all right. You already said good.
Yeah, right. Enough for you.
I don't got time for anything after good.
That's it.
Yeah. I've never heard anything after good. Oh, that's funny.
Real good. All right. Yeah. Hey, Brian, anything else?
Yeah. This is this is kind of a silly thought. Custer, when he received his orders, did it say Custer's Last Stand on the cover?
That is
I don't know what. Well, I don't know what military orders look like, but I would think he would be a little hesitant if that's what the orders read.
Yeah.
What do you mean, last stand?
This is going to be a rough one, guys.
Shouldn't it say Custer's one of many of a continuing successful series of stands?
Yeah. The continuing stands of Custer. Yeah.
The continuing successful stands of Custer.
Yeah.
I would get the troops together for that.
Yeah.
When did it get that title? I mean, obviously they weren't going in thinking that.
Yeah.
All right, guys, ready for our last stand?
What if he decided, he goes, I don't know what the second in charge rank would be. I I guess he'd be a general, whatever. He said it was Captain. Hey, Frankie, you've been showing a lot of improvement. I'd like you to lead this charge. Why don't you go in first?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, you've earned it, Frankie. Go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
Yeah.
I'll be right back there.
Yeah.
Trust
I'm
me.
right back there. You deserve it. Go ahead, Frankie.
Well,
Go ahead. You got it.
if it wasn't on his orders and the phrase Custer's last stand came from the book, like there's the book Custer's Last Stand, you would think that maybe the editor would go, "You sure you want to go with that title? You're kind of giving away the ending."
I like that too.
You're kind of giving away the ending if you.
Yeah. Well, you've already given away the final chapter.
Yeah. It's like movies and TV or movies about like what Titanic now. It's like we know how it ends.
We know.
Yeah. But,
JFK. I knew the ending.
yeah. But for people who don't know about Custer, hey, you want to give away the ending like that?
Custer's stand. Custer's blank stand.
Custer's next stand. That's funny. Yeah.
Custer's could be his last stand, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Well,
Custer's War. Yeah. Well, good stuff, guys.
thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys helping me with my little doohickeys. That's what I call them. Doohickeys.
The local news thing is killer, man.
That's great, brother. It's great.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be really funny. And the journalist encouraging them to send those candles into the air just to get the story is great. Just you might want to
Make sure you tune in later for the 11 o'clock news. Yeah. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Heard it's going to be a good one. All right.
Yeah. Skits. That's what I call them. Thank you for helping me with my skit. My skit. This is good stuff, buddy. And I'm glad to hear that there's something funny there because I was just knocking around my head. I go, I would love to torture my friends back. Yeah. Well, Brian, I can't tell you what an honor it was to have you. Thank you so much, buddy. Your opinions are so valued. We enjoy watching you on the internet and stuff. And my friends, all of you out there listening, thank you so much for listening. Go follow Brian Regan on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram.
Periscope.
Is that still a thing?
You're on the Periscope, right?
I don't think so.
Well, I'm gonna put credits at the end with all your links, and I'm also gonna put them in the comments, Brian. So please follow Brian Regan. It was an absolute pleasure, sir. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, Brian.
All right, guys. Really enjoyed it, man. Had a good time.